Hi, Michelle Glass here, and welcome to our first lecture in our Introduction to Biology lecture series. And to get yourself started, you want to do two things. Number one, you want to create for yourself a distraction-free environment. So you might want to use some earphones to make sure that you're really focused in on your video presentations that you're going to be watching today. And then the second thing is you need to have something to write on and something to write with. So even though we are doing a sort of high-tech method of delivering our lecture this semester, you want to go low-tech and do some handwritten notes as you're following along with the presentation. This will be the notes that you will use to stay focused, to help you study for your exams, your reference material for completing your homework, and then as a bonus and incentive, you will be turning in your notebooks with each exam, and that will count as a quiz score. So you do want to do that. So let us get started. All right, folks. So beginning topic for our Chapter 1 lecture series. This is our first installment in our Lecture 1 series. Is, of course, what is biology? That is the topic for our semester. You already know the answer to this, right? So bio means life, and ology is the study of. So before we really get started with our biology, we do need to define for ourselves what we actually mean by life. So we have some important properties of life. So this is how we're going to determine what is alive and what's not alive. Okay, so our first property that we see is that all living things have order. So when we investigate our organisms, we will see order at the cellular level. Once you start seeing those cells put together into tissues and organs and organ systems, we see that that's very ordered, okay? We also see that all living things have the ability to reproduce, so they can make more of their same type of species, and so you know this already. All living things have the ability to grow and develop. Now, just in case you're not sure what the difference is between growing and developing, growing is just increasing in size, so that's making more cells for the organism. Development is talking about the changes that happen, let's say, in the human from infancy into toddlerhood, into school-aged, into teenage, into an adult person. So those would be examples of developmental changes. All living things are able to process energy. So we will see that all living things have the ability to take chemicals and make chemical energy out of like the food that we eat, and then use that energy for different cellular processes. All living things are able to respond to their environment. So this is very important. We'll be talking about evolution and adaptation as we go through all semester long. And then we also see that all living things have the ability to regulate their internal environment. So it's not dependent totally on the external environment. There's some adjustments that can be made internally. So when we're asking the question, is it alive or not alive, we're going to see that all living things have these properties. And then last, we have evolutionary adaptation, which ties together with the ability to respond to the environment. And this is a whole topic that we'll be discussing in a separate video. And that's it.